everybody on YouTube and welcome back to my channel, Mancera, the Hidden Gems. I want to make this video to show you 6 Mancera fragrances that I actually think are hidden gems. Often when we hear about Mancera fragrances, we hear about Instant Crush or Red Tobacco and fragrances like that. I want to show you 6 others today which I think are great fragrances from the house of Mancera. The fragrances will not be shown in any kind of ranking order in this video. I just start with one of the fragrances and end up with another one. And fragrance number 1 is Mancera Gold Prestigium. Actually, I think it's a very great fragrance, unisex fragrance, because it can lean feminine, but still in the dry down, it become more masculine. But else, it's a very great, bergamot, pepper, leather, and vanilla fragrance. Actually, it's like I detect some honey in this fragrance, but honey ain't listed. But of course, it's some of the floral notes that make that kind of vibe for me, But I think it's a very great unisex fragrance. This one right here, Mancera Gold Prestigium. A very beautiful hidden gem in my eyes. When to wear Mancera Gold Prestigium? I think you can use it as everyday use or everyday wear, as well as you can use it in casual situations. You can use it all year around. It's fresh enough to be used in the summertime, in the hot weather, but it can still break through the cold when it's cold outside. And it's a sweetened kind of fresh fragrance, so you can use it all year around, summer as well as winter. Maybe some people will say that it leans more as a fall and winter fragrance, but in my opinion, you can use this all year around. Even at the office if you want to. Just be careful at the trigger when you spray it, but else a great all year around hidden gem. It has a fine sillage, and when we are talking projection, we are talking great projection for the first 3 to 4 into the 5-hour mark. And when we are talking longevity with this one, we are actually talking 10 to 12 hours. I think it's pretty great. That was the first fragrance from Mancera. Mancera Gold Prestigium, a hidden gem for me. And in the same line as Gold Prestigium, we got Black Prestigium. Another very beautiful fragrance, after my opinion. We haven't heard that much about Black Prestigium either, but I heard a couple of people talk about this one right here before, because when we are talking Black Prestigium, we often heard, the couple of times we heard about it, a comparison to Dior Homme Parfum. And I will say there are similarities to Dior Homme Parfum, but this one right here got a very dominant rose. So they are not the same at all. They just got some of the same vibes when we are talking iris, which also iris in this one right here. I've got oud, we got leather, we got white musk, we got, a very dominant rose, as I said before, but a very great and very strong and potent fragrance from the house of Mancera too. And I know that Black Prestigium are written as a unisex fragrance, but in my opinion, it's a lot more masculine than unisex. And it's definitely a fall and winter fragrance because of the notes and because of its aggressive, so to speak, performance, but it has a very great performance. In my opinion, you can wear this to dressed up situations, and that's it, actually. And when we are talking sillage, projection, and longevity, it has a very great sillage. And you have a great projection for about 5 to 6 hours, and a longevity for until you wash it off actually. This is a true beast mode performer, and actually on my skin, Black Prestigium is stronger than the famous red tobacco from Mancera. But that's the way it is. Another very, very beautiful, great hidden gem, Black Prestigium. And another one is, guys, Wild Cherry. I think Wild Cherry as well is a very, very beautiful hidden gem from Mancera. But this one right here is listed as unisex. But in the opening, it's extremely feminine. And I know it got more notes than just cherry and vanilla, but all I smell is cherry and vanilla. And not that fresh type of cherry and vanilla, at least in the beginning, but more that secondly syrupy sweet, at least for the first 30 minutes. It leans extremely feminine in the opening. But guys, if you can get past the first 30 minutes, in the dry down, it become more, what can you say, fresh in a kind of a way where it leans more unisex than feminine. So I think it's more for women than men, but men can wear it too if they can get past the first half hour. And that's it. Or else, where or when to wear Wild Cherry. Actually, I think you can wear it as an everyday fragrance, an everyday scent, you know. But you have to watch out for the sprays again, because Mancera fragrances are very potent. And especially when we are talking Wild Cherry also. And that's it. So you can wear it at the summertime with, an example could be 2 sprays, you know, each side of the neck. And at the winter time, you could give it a couple of sprays more. But I wouldn't call it office friendly. It's not. More suited for fall and winter, but you can wear it all year around if you think of the sprays you are using. And it has a very great sillage, like the most of the Mancera fragrances. And when we are talking projection, we are talking a very great projection for the first 3 to 4 hours. And it has a longevity for about, I will say, 12 to 14 hours. And when it becomes a skin scent, you can still get whiffs of it, and then you have to wash it off before it disappears completely. And that's Wild Cherry from Mancera. And from the same line as Wild Cherry, which called the Wild line of Mancera, I got Wild Rosewood. A very beautiful, bright, very fresh fragrance. And in this one, we got some bergamot, lemon, we got some fresh rose, we got a little bit of patchouli, we got a little bit of oud, we got some vanilla, but you don't really get the oud in this one right here. It's a very fresh fragrance actually. Wild Rosewood is a great unisex fragrance, but in my personal opinion, it leans a little bit feminine, more than unisex. But again, if you can get past the first half an hour, men can pull it off too. Then it's a great fragrance. It's a very fresh fragrance, as I told before, and I think you should wear this fragrance for spring and summer. You can wear it all year around, but I definitely think that it projects best in the spring and summertime. And it has a okay sillage. And when we are talking projection, I think this fragrance right here is one of the Mancera fragrances, which settles a little bit closer to the skin right from the start actually. But it has an okay projection for the first 2 to 3 hours before it settles a lot closer to the skin. but it has a great longevity for about 10 to 12 hours all in all. And that's Mancera Wild Rose Oud. The next one is a very, very beautiful spring and summer fragrance called Holidays. And actually, guys, I've heard people talk about holidays a couple of times before, but not that much actually. And in this beautiful fragrance, we got some coconut, we got some bergamot, we got a little bit of sea notes, we got some vanilla, some white musk, and a very, very beautiful spring and summer fragrance. Very, very light, but with a very, very great sillage, you know. And this one right here, I would call it a coconut kind of suntan lotion fragrance, but not in a bad way suntan lotion fragrance, you know, in a good light spring and summer way, if you can say it like that. And I definitely think that this is totally a unisex fragrance, straight up unisex. And you can wear it to the beach, you can wear it to the office, wherever you want. It won't offend anybody. So a very, very great light spring and summer fragrance, as I told before. And actually, when it comes to sillage, it has a great sillage and it has a great projection for the first 3 to 4 hours, and with a longevity on, I will say, 10 to 12 hours actually. But it sells closer to the skin the last couple of hours. But when we are talking a spring and summer scent with these light notes, actually it is a very, very great projection and longevity we are talking about, I think. That was Mancera Holidays. And guys, then it's the last fragrance out of these 6 hidden gem fragrance I want to show you today. And the last one is Mancera Pearl. Actually, I think this one here got an old screw cap. Actually, I love these old screw caps. The newer Manceras have magnetic caps, and I like the magnetic caps too, but I just love the old screw caps more. Anyway, guys, Mancera Pearl is a very, very beautiful, thick fragrance. And as you can see at the notes, this fragrance right here is also a very, very beautiful spring and summer fragrance. Actually, I think the Pearl right here is a straight up summer fragrance. But of course, you can wear it spring and summer. Actually, you can wear it all year round if you want to. But it is, you know, with the notes, a straight up spring and summer fragrance. You definitely get the fig, bergamot, green apple, and peach. In the dry down, you get the floral notes more and more, but I think it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. And it's a little funny with this fragrance, because on Fragrantica, it says that it's for women. But on Mancera's own website, it's listed as a unisex fragrance. But in my opinion, this fragrance right here is best suited for women. 100%. Men can pull this off in a hot heat, you know, but I definitely think the smell is a women's fragrance, and that's it. But it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. But I just personally want to smell this more on a woman than I want to smell it on a man. What can I say? It's just for women, in my eyes. But Mancera Pearl, a very, very beautiful smell and a very, very beautiful fragrance. And I think it's a hidden gem that people don't talk about that much from Mancera, actually. But when we are talking performance with Pearl, it has a very great sillage and it has a great projection for the first 2 to 3 hours. When we are talking longevity, I would say it has a great longevity for about 8 to 9 hours before it's completely a skin scent. So it's not a beast mode performer like other Mancera fragrances. But again, it's a summer fragrance, it's a light fragrance, but it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. And that is Pearl from Mancera. That's it, guys. 6 fragrances from Mancera, which I think are hidden gems that people aren't talking about that much. But I think they smell good. I think they perform good. I think they are great fragrances. And that's why I want to show you these 6 fragrances. Or else, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, I want to say thanks a lot to my subscribers and welcome to the new subscribers. You know, I do this for you guys. And in the near future, you will see a lot more videos about fragrances, of course, but also Mancera. I got a video coming up with the YSLY EDP, a comparison video and stuff like that. Or else, ain't got nothing left to say, guys. I just hope that you enjoy your life with your family, friends, and loved ones. Until I see you again, enjoy life even more. See you guys.